All right, today we're diving into a really powerful and, let's be honest, kind of radical idea from the work of Neville Goddard. It's the concept that your inner world doesn't just influence your reality, it literally creates it.
So let's just start with the big question right out of the gate. What if the world you experience every day isn't something that just happens to you? What if it's a direct reflection of what you feel? Seriously, what if your internal state is the ultimate creative force in your life?
The foundational idea here is, well, it's both simple and incredibly profound. The idea is that consciousness isn't just a part of reality. It is the only reality. It's the cause, it's the substance of everything you see, touch, and experience. This quote, wow, it frames our entire existence in such a fascinating way. It's suggesting that everything out there, your relationships, your health, your career, it's all just your own consciousness made visible. Kind of like your inner world is being projected outward, like a movie onto a screen.
And this ancient principle, right here, sums it all up perfectly. Nothing comes from the outside. Everything, and I mean everything, originates within. So what does that mean? It means if you want to change your world, you don't start by trying to move the furniture around on the outside. You start by changing the source, your own consciousness.
So, how does this whole creation thing actually work? Well, to really get it, we can think of our consciousness as having two distinct, yet totally interconnected parts, often described as the male and female aspects. Let's break down the roles here. So, you've got your conscious mind. Think of it as the male aspect, the gardener. It's personal, it's selective, and it's what generates the ideas. It's the one that chooses the seeds. Then you have the subconscious, the female aspect. It's like the fertile ground. It's totally impersonal. It doesn't judge. Its only job is to receive those seeds and bring them to life. No questions asked.
And this highlights the critical dynamic between the two. See, the conscious mind gives the orders. It impresses an idea. The subconscious then just faithfully expresses whatever it's been given. It doesn't argue, it doesn't analyze, it simply creates. It's a one-way street.
Okay, so if the conscious mind needs to give these orders to the subconscious, what language does it speak? It's not going to work with words or logic. No, it communicates through something much, much more fundamental. And that language is feeling. Feeling is the only thing the subconscious truly understands. When you feel something to be true, your subconscious takes that feeling as a direct command. It doesn't care if it's real in the 3D world, your feeling becomes its reality, its blueprint for creation.
Now, let's look at a super common mistake we all make. When we say or feel, I will be successful, what are we actually telling our subconscious? Well, we're confessing that we are not successful right now. We are impressing it with a state of lack, a state of waiting for something to happen.
Now, contrast that with the feeling of, I am successful. This is just infinitely more powerful because it impresses the subconscious with a present fact. It's not some wish for the future. It's the acceptance of a current reality. And the subconscious, being that faithful servant, has to then express it.
And this is exactly why managing your inner world is so important. You might consciously say you want one thing, but if your dominant feeling is one of doubt or fear, well, that's what's going to tip the scales. At the end of the day, the subconscious will always express the strongest, most dominant feeling you hold.
So we've got the theory down, but how do we actually put this into practice? How do we consciously and deliberately impress our desires onto the subconscious? Well, there are two main gateways: sleep and prayer.
So here's the technique, step by step. First, you have to get crystal clear on what you want. Then, you construct a scene, or even just the feeling that implies your wish is already a done deal. Next, you get into a really relaxed, passive state. You know that drowsy moment right before you drift off to sleep? That is perfect for this. And here's the key. You assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled as a present fact. You feel the relief, the joy, the gratitude right now. And finally, you just let go. You surrender and fall asleep completely soaked in that assumption.
Honestly, if you take only one thing away from all of this, let it be this quote. This is the entire art of creation in a single sentence. You don't try to make something happen, you assume it has already happened by capturing the feeling of it. And this reveals something so fundamental about how this all works. We're always waiting for some external proof before we allow ourselves to feel good. But this law works in reverse. You have to embody the feeling of your wish fulfilled first, and then the proof, the signs, will show up in your world to confirm your inner state.
So let's just recap your creative power here. You don't need to acquire anything. You are already that which you want to be. Your feelings, they are the blueprint, the pattern from which your world is made. And get this, a change of feeling is literally a change of destiny. This immense power isn't outside of you. It's right there in your ability to feel.
Now, this number represents a massive opportunity that we get every single night. Think about it. We spend a third of our lives asleep. This isn't just passive downtime. It's the main workshop for creation. It's our nightly appointment with the subconscious, where we can hand it the blueprint for tomorrow.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. As you get ready for sleep tonight, just remember, you are the gardener choosing the seeds for tomorrow's garden. So, what feeling, what assumption of a wish already fulfilled will you carry with you into that secret chamber?